Title: The Last Hope. The small town of Maplewood was a picturesque place, with rolling hills and quaint cottages, making it a perfect backdrop for a peaceful life. However, on the eve of Halloween, as the sun dipped below the horizon, an eerie mist rolled in from the forest surrounding their town, shrouding it in a supernatural gloom. 17-year-old Mia prided herself on being the fearless type. With her friends, Jake and Tara, she often explored hidden spots in the woods. But this Halloween was different. The town's Halloween festivities had been canceled after a series of mysterious disappearances began to plague their community. People were vanishing without a trace, and whispers of a curse tainted the air. "Seriously, Mia, we should find something else to do tonight," Tara insisted, glancing anxiously at the gathering fog. Her eyes darted towards the tree line, where even the bravest of trees seemed to shudder under the weight of the darkening sky. "It's not safe out here." "Nonsense. It's just fog," Mia replied, her voice dripping with confidence that masked her unknown fear. "We're not scared, are we, Jake?" Jake shrugged, running a hand through his tousled hair. "I'm up for a little adventure. Besides, what could possibly go wrong?" Before long, Mia had led them deep into the heart of the forest, where shadows danced and indistinct sounds echoed through the trees. As they ventured further, the cheerful chatter of the town faded into the background, replaced by a thick silence that clung to their bodies. After a while, Tara shivered. "Can we turn back now? Something feels off." "Just a little further," Mia pushed, her excitement unyielding. "There's a cabin I heard about nearby. I want to check it out." The three friends trudged forward, finally spotting the rundown cabin, almost entirely concealed by the encroaching undergrowth. Its roof sagged under the weight of years, and a single broken window gaped like a vacant eye. Despite the chill creeping up her spine, Mia felt a thrill rush through her. Inside, the air was stale and musty, filled with the scent of decay. Dust motes floated in the beam of moonlight slicing through the broken window. They scanned the room, revealing strange symbols painted in crimson on the walls, pulsing ominously as if alive. "Okay, this is definitely creepy," Jake said, his bravado faltering. "Maybe we should leave." But Mia was already rifling through the belongings left behind. Tattered pages, old photographs, trinkets, remnants of lives long lost. Suddenly, a low growl resonated from the darkness behind the cabin. The three spun around, faces paling. "What was that?" Tara quivered, clutching Jake's arm. "Probably just a wolf," Mia whispered, more to reassure herself than her friends. But deep down, unease festered. Then, they heard it, a shuffling sound, quick and erratic, accompanied by the unmistakable sound of grating teeth. Moments later, a figure lurched into the dying moonlight. The first glimpse sent a shock through their veins. It was a man, or what had once been a man, skin gray and waxy, eyes hollow yet fiery with a mindless hunger. "Run!" Jake yelled, and without missing a beat, the trio spilled out of the cabin and into the night. Panic drummed behind them as the zombie pursued. They sprinted through the woods, branches whipping at their faces, breath coming in ragged gasps. And they were not alone. More figures emerged from the shadows, hungry and howling. "Over here," Tara shouted, pointing towards a narrow gap between two large boulders. The three friends squeezed through just as the first of the undead reached them, its outstretched hand clawing the air. They collapsed on the other side, breathing heavily, hearts racing like wildfire. As they caught their breath, they realized they were not safe. The undead were everywhere, shambling through the trees, drawn by the sounds of their terror. "Think, Mia," Jake shouted, panic lacing his voice. "What do we do?" Mia thought of the stories whispered in the town about the disappearances, the local legend of a cursed spirit lingering in the woods, hungry for souls. The fog began to swirl ominously around them, dense and suffocating, filtering the pale light of the moon. "I remember something from the old tales," Mia exclaimed, clarity piercing through the fear. "There's a way to bind the zombie spirit. We need to find an old oak tree, the heart of the forest. It's said to be a powerful conduit." "Are you crazy?" Tara yelled. "That's the direction they came from. I don't care. It's our only chance to survive." With determination pressing her forward, Mia took charge. Clenching her fists, she led her friends back into the mist. Every step was heavy with dread, and the cries of the undead echoed hauntingly as they drew closer to the ancient tree. Finally, they came upon it, a colossal oak twisted with age, its roots sprawling like gnarled fingers. "Now what?" Jake asked, glancing over his shoulder at the relentless advance of the zombies. "Just trust me," Mia shouted as she pulled off her necklace, an old wooden pendant given to her by her grandmother. She pressed it into the ground at the base of the tree and began chanting the words her grandmother had taught her, words she could hardly remember. As the chant echoed against the ancient bark, the wind picked up, howling through the branches as the mist thickened. The zombies stumbled to a halt, recognizing the binding power in Mia's voice. Slowly, figures began to turn, their heads tilting as if listening. The earth trembled, and in a brilliant flash, the ground erupted around them, vines wrapping around the undead. The spirits of the lost, trapped in monstrosities, shrieked as they were pulled back into the ground, bound by the power of the tree. As dusk broke, the first rays of dawn pierced the fog, casting a golden glow and dispersing the mist. Gasping for breath, Mia, Tara, and Jake fell to the ground, exhausted yet alive. The forest was peaceful again, the only sounds being the rustle of leaves and distant birdsong. After a moment, Mia looked at her friends. "We have to tell the town what happened. They need to remember." And though they returned to Maplewood as heroes, the horror of that night lingered in their hearts, a reminder that legends are rooted in truth, and sometimes, the past has a way of clawing its way back out.